Okay, it's Henry again, and it's been a really long time since I've done one of these, but I got a package today. And this is actually the first of a couple packages I'm going to be getting. I think I'm just going to edit the video segments together once they all arrive in the mail, since I'm going to be getting a few in close proximity. Anyway, this first one is from Ed, aka Gundam 00 Reviews. No, 00 Gundam Reviews V2. And he was getting rid of some scrap parts and junk Gunpla stuff he had lying around. And one of the boxes of stuff he was selling had some kits that were kind of interesting, so I said, sure, I'll buy that. Wait, he wrote me a note. Sorry for the lack of goodies in this one. Hope you enjoy. Well, alright. Lack of goodies. There's like a ton of stuff in here. Anyway, this has got a lot of junk parts, several kits in here. I'm seeing some high-grade Epyon parts, some master-grade gun tank parts, some master-grade GM 1.0. There's a high-grade wing Gundam right there with a very nice metallic paint job on it. You know, there's the other half of the GM, there's the main body of the gun tank. There's Wing Gundam shield. And then, got, oh, a Wing Gundam Verka. I don't even know that was in there. I honestly didn't. Oh, there's a Master Grade Strike Rouge. I didn't know that was in there either. I knew there was two Master Grade Alexes. Those are the ones I wanted the most. I knew the Master Grade Dark Hound was in there. And Master Grade Gundam Ground Type, I knew that was in there. And the Epyon. But I totally did not know that the Strike Rouge or the Wing Gundam Verka was in there. Let's see. Oh, there's something. Oh, okay. This is the bottom of the gun tank. There we go. I actually have two Master Grade gun tanks now. So yeah, can't confirm yet whether or not the stuff in here is complete. It's all obviously snapped together. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of it is incomplete, but that's okay. I mean, I bought this knowing it was a box of scrap Gunpla and spare parts and stuff, so the Alexes and the Gundam Ground Type are kind of what I was mainly interested in. And it was just 30 bucks for all this stuff. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Master Grade, 8 Master Grades, plus high grade Epyon, high grade Wing Gundam for 30 bucks. You can't really beat that, even if they are just spare parts. So anyway, that's it for this bag, and I'm gonna stop here and start back up at the next box. Okay, the second box has arrived, and it is gigantic. So there it is on my work desk. This box is from HobbyLink Japan, and it's freaking huge. It doesn't have a whole lot of kits in it. They're just really big kits. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to put my camera here, and hopefully I can keep everything in the camera frame. So this is stuff I've had building up in my private warehouse for a couple months, and finally reached the shipping limit, and now it's here. Alright. Okay. Bunch of packing material. Actually, a whole bunch of packing material. Oh my god, so much packing material. It just keeps coming. Alright. I'll get the small stuff out of the way first. I got a lot of masking tape. Like, a lot of masking tape. I've been needing to buy some more, so I decided to just stock up. Tamiya masking tape refills, 6mm, 10mm, 18mm. Didn't bother getting the 40mm. I don't really see myself using it that much. And then they also had this micron masking tape, which is like really small sizes. So here's 2.5mm, 1mm, 1.5mm. Let's see, 2mm, and then 0.4 and 0.7. That's for like pin striping and stuff. So really small masking tapes. But I imagine having such small masking tapes, especially like the 1, 1.5, and 2mm sizes, will make doing details like on the undersides of skirt armor and things like that, make that a lot easier. And let's see, where's my pin vise? Here we go. I've been using this crappy little pin vise for years, and I decided I'm gonna get a good pin vise. So I got a God Hand pin vise, and let's see, it fits drill bits from 0.1 millimeter to 3.2 millimeter. So anywhere between there, or really anything bigger than 3.2 millimeter, you can just use a power drill. But I'm really excited for this because I sort of hated my old pin vise, and this was kind of expensive. I think it was like $18, $19, $20, something like that, but it looks really good quality, and it's God Hand, so I haven't, not that I have very many God Hand products, but the ones I do have been really good quality so far. Now this is something that I sort of bought on good faith, and I'm hoping it works out well. This is also made by God Hand. This is a pair of pla plate scissors. Now, the website claims that you can cut up to 2mm thick pla plate with these scissors. And I'm really hoping that it works as well as advertised, because I hate cutting pla plate with a hobby knife. It sucks. So hopefully these are strong enough to get the job done. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be like easy to cut through 2mm pla plate, but hopefully this will make things a little bit easier for me, and maybe make me a little bit more productive in the scratch building area. Okay, next I've got just 3 kits in here, 3 pretty big kits. One is brand new, it just came out. Ooh, this is the Figurized Mechanics Saiyan Space Pod. Now, I don't have any of the new Figurized Standard Dragon Ball model kits, but this is the first one I've gotten. As soon as I saw this announced in hobby magazines, I said I have to have it. So this is an actual model kit of a Saiyan Space Pod from Dragon Ball Z. And it does come with a little Vegeta that sits inside it. He's non-posable. He's permanently stuck in his sitting pose. But apparently it is to scale with the other Figurized Standard model kit. So if you wanted to put Goku or Gohan inside the Saiyan Space Pod, you could. And it looks really nicely detailed. It's got like all the details in the seats and the little computer console. And it just looks really cool. See, there you go. There's size comparison to the Figurized Standard Goku. It's got clear parts for the computer console, and even a clear pink lens for Vegeta Scouter. Just really nice looking model kit. Costs 3,800 yen, so it's a little bit pricey, but it's pretty big. I saw it on display at New York Comic Con at the Bandai booth, and it was pretty sizable. So really looking forward to building that. I'm wondering how difficult it would be to make like a crater diorama to put that in. And the next 2 kits are Gundam kits. This is the 1/60th scale High Mobility Black TriStar Zaku. This is an old kit from the 80s. Let's see, what's the date say on it? Can't even find the date. Anyway, it's from the 80s. That's all you need to know. So, It's one of those vintage kits, which some of y'all might know I do like the older vintage kits, just because of, I don't know, they have a charm to them that I like. See, that's what the kit's going to look like. And these are not snapped together. You do have to use cement to glue them together. But it does support an LED mono-eye. It doesn't come with an LED. I think the older ones that actually came out back in the 80s actually did come with an LED for the mono-eye, but in the newer releases that they do nowadays, all you get is the battery pack and the metal contacts. So you have to supply obviously the AA batteries, and then you have to supply the wires and the LED, which isn't too bad because I already have wires and LED to use for it. And the reason I got this kit actually is because I've always wanted to do the Aoba-Aku Defense Forces Zaku, which is basically just a high mobility Zaku in the standard green Zaku colors. They made a limited edition master grade of it that I think it was like a Bandai Hobby Pro Shop exclusive kit. Not a P Bandai, but the Pro Shop version. And it's got like some cool decals on the shield, and then it's got like a black and yellow checker on the skirt armor. And I've wanted to do one for a few years, and I just couldn't decide which version of the Zaku I wanted to use to make it. And I finally decided I kind of like the vintage Zakus, and I've been wanting to do a larger scale kit. Like I'm working on the mega size Zaku. So this got this 1/60th scale one. It was only $20, well, $25, somewhere around there, depending on the exchange rate. So not a bad price at all for a 1/60th scale kit. The thing about the Aoba-Aku Defense Forces Zaku is that it has a Rick Dom bazooka, or Dom bazooka. I don't know if Rick Dom. Anyway, so I decided instead of buying the materials to scratch build a 1/60th scale Dom bazooka, I just bought a 1/60th scale Dom, because by the time I bought the plastic tubes and paid for shipping and all that, it probably cost me about $20 to scratch build the bazooka, and this Dom kit cost $20. So I might as well just buy one that's already made. So 1/60th scale Dom. Like the Zaku, this also supports an LED mono-eye. It comes with the battery case and the metal contacts, and I supply the wires and the LED. I really wish they had made more 1/60th scale kits. I think the only ones they made were the two Zakus, the Gundam, the two Gelgoogs, and the Dom. So I'll be stealing the bazooka from this kit to use for the 1/60th scale Zaku, and I guess I'll just display this guy with his heat rod or something. I don't know. I don't have any solid plans in mind for the Dom yet. Anyway, that was the HLJ box. I got one more box, I think, this showing up in time for this video. So I'm going to cut here, and then we'll go to that one. Okay, I actually have an additional box. This one's kind of a surprise box that I wasn't planning to get for this video. It just sort of happened. As many of you saw on my New York Comic Con video, Tim at Child of Mecha made an amazing 1/100 scale hummingbird. And I mean, if you haven't checked out Child of Mecha, go to Facebook or Twitter. I don't think he's on YouTube, but he's on like Gunpla Talk and those Gundam guys all the time. But Facebook, I think, is in his website, childofmecha.com, is where he's most active. But go check him out. Amazing builder. It would not surprise me at all if he got the North American champion in GBWC this year. But seeing his hummingbird really kind of inspired me to want to make my own 1/100 scale hummingbird. And I was talking on Twitter with some people, and I was talking about getting some master grade XS Gundams for cheap, because obviously you need the 2 sets of backpack units from XS Gundam to make a hummingbird, and buying 2 XS Gundams and a Zeta Plus is quite pricey. But one of my buddies that I've known for a few years, back from the Gundam Eclipse days, Juno Uno, sent me a box. He said, hey, I've got some leftover parts from my old Master Grade XS Gundam I built years and years ago. And he had the backpack parts and the beam rifle, and he was going to send me. So I said, oh, awesome, cool, thank you. And his box arrived today, and I immediately noticed that this is much heavier than just the backpack and beam rifle for an XS Gundam. So he's obviously sent me some extra stuff. I just don't know what it is, but I'm about to find out. So thank you, Juno. Okay. Oh, I see food. Cardboard over here. Oh, here's the display base for XS Gundam. That'll be useful. I can actually use that for a Hummingbird. Let's see. There's the little display arm that goes to it. And, wow, lots of... See, he lives in Hawaii, so... let's see, Hawaiian Sun pancake mix. I do love pancakes. I'm a pancake guy over waffles, so banana macadamia nut pancake mix. A magnet. Whoa, a very shiny metallic Hawaii magnet. That's actually really cool. I love shiny stuff. Let's see, Kona coffee macadamia nut. Oh, okay, these are like coffee cookies. Macadamia nut cookies. Chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies. Cornflake crunch. Huh, never heard of cornflake crunch cookies. I do love cornflakes and I do love cookies, so that might actually be good. And mountains macadamia nuts covered in chocolate. They must really like macadamia nuts in Hawaii. And then, I'm just gonna move this shipping box out of the way. This is a box for an HGUC ball, but I think the excess parts are gonna be in here. Yep, there we go. It's got a little bit of sun fading on it, but that's okay. Paint will cover that up. Backpack parts. Beam Smart Gun. There's one of the thrusters like there. Legs. And he gave me some stickers. Gunpla Hawaii, Anamaya and Collectibles, and a cute little SD RX-78. So thank you so much, Juno, for this amazing box of goodies. I do love food, and I can assure you that every single thing here will be tried in the near future. So thank you so much again for that, and now I'll cut and go on to the very last box. And the last box took a little bit longer than I expected, but it's finally here, so it's all good. And this is from China, as you can tell from the green wrapping paper. If I can get it off. Alright. This looks like it's actually 2 boxes that they just taped together. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Now, this is 2 model kits, so I guess they just boxed them up individually and then just taped the boxes together. Whatever. Let's see. I think this would be the best way to get into it. And these are 2 kits from E2046. So they're resin kits. And I am really excited about these. In fact, this is probably the thing I'm most excited about in this video. Now, at the Kara Hobby Expo, or model show, whatever, C3, Kara Hobby, whatever you want to call it, this summer, they showed off a lot of really cool Gundam resin kits. And among those, we had 1:144 scale Opsilus, which looked really freaking cool. 1:144 scale Opsilus 3, which is even cooler because it was ginormous. Come on. Okay. Put this to the side. But the two kits that seem to be the most popular, because they're the ones I always saw people posting pictures of online, were the 1:100 scale Mercurius and V8. And they were made by a garage modeler named D-Place. It's not like a big company, it's just a guy that makes, scratch builds a kit and then recasts them and goes to Cara Hobby and sells them. And luckily, E2046 got a hold of Mercurius and V8 and was able to recast them. Now, I would have liked to get the originals, but they were like $150 to $200 each. And E2046 had the recast for $50 each. So, I'd rather have the originals, but money's tight, and, do what I can when I can. So, these are two absolutely gorgeous looking kits. I wish I'd thought to get my tablet or my phone or something so I could show you the original illustration, but they're based on an illustration from the 90s of all the Oz Mobile suits together, and it's the same illustration that they got the design for Master Grade Tallgeese EW. And all of the Oz Mobile suits in that illustration have sort of a reworked design, and most of them look really cool. And the casting quality on this actually looks really nice. E2046 is one of those places where the casting quality can be pretty good, and sometimes it can be pretty crappy, but luckily this time looks like it's pretty good. This is actually very nice casting quality. I'm not seeing any issues right off the bat. It looks like they've used a good quality solid resin. And from what I've seen online, these things are pretty darn posable. I've seen a lot of people, like the guy that made the kit, he's posted a lot of pictures of the kits just sort of fit together with no paint on them. And I've seen a couple work in progress on some Japanese blogs, but I've never seen these kits actually finished and painted yet. I guess nobody's gotten around to it, or if they have, they just hadn't posted any pictures. But they actually, these two particular kits from E2046 don't come with any polycaps. I'm not sure if the original kit did or not, but one of the Japanese bloggers I was looking at had used a bunch of Kotobukiya polycaps to make his posable, so I don't think adding, like, it's made to be posable, you just got to provide the polycaps. And I've got a pretty substantial box of leftover polycaps, and if not, I can just buy some Kotobukiya polycaps, so I don't think articulating these is going to be very difficult at all. But I'm really super happy with the casting quality on these. Really nice. In fact, this is probably the best casting quality I've ever gotten from E2046. So super happy about these. I've got, I'm working on the Mega Size Zaku right now, and then I've got a small little project that I'm going to do after that, a little Macross kit, and then I've got a big resin kit I'm going to do after that, somewhere around Christmas, New Year's. And I'm hoping somewhere in the beginning of 2017, I really want to try and knock these guys out, because these are just really gorgeous looking kits. And like I said, I haven't seen anybody finish them yet, so hopefully I can maybe be one of the first people to actually put up a painted build of these Mercurius and Bay 8 kits. So that finally does it. I know this was a long I got a package today video. In fact, these boxes came over the course of about a month, I guess, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. But that's it, and a lot of cool stuff. And I think I'm actually going to be selling some kits pretty soon. I've got a lot of like little kits, like high grades, and I got a couple real grades and some little stuff, like not big major projects, but just little kits that I think I'm just going to like paint up and sell, and maybe earn a little bit extra Christmas money. So just keep an eye on my Twitter, and I may even post a video here, I don't know, in the near future about that. So that about does it for this video, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.